아, 밤이 되니까 시끌시끌하구만. 밖에 별일 없었지? 그치? 자, 그러면은 여기 와서 앉아라. 내가 주는 술 안 마신 지 오래됐잖아.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. I'm Mac. This is the Limits Company to claim their bones event. In the last episode, we did muscle through some more bad guys, but I'm still having a little bit of trouble finding the right identity for the job. And then I remembered something that I can obviously use. So we go in. I believe what we do is click Edit Team, click Support. I can use other people's identities that have been set as their main. I can use friend identities to beef up my main team if I want, and it just so happens that someone has already gotten to level 40 Uptie 4 with Thermosalt. So, we have 2 Blade Lineage identities at the moment. We could get a third, but even with a little bit of off-screen grinding, you actually need to get a lot of experience to get yourself up to level 38, and that's generally as far as I'd like to be unleveled in comparison.
그대, 이 검이 필요하오.
So then, what does he have at full power? At 5 poise, coin power plus 1. At 7 poise, coin power plus 1. If there are 6 or more allied blade lineage identities, apply 2 of the buff instead. We don't have that quite yet. Yield my flesh, 20 minus 8. On use, gain aggro to this skill slot next turn. Until this skill ends, this unit cannot be staggered. On Clash Win, gain poise. After getting hit on a Clash Lose, use to claim their bones. Deal 3% more damage on critical hit for every poise potency on self. Now if we want to know what to claim their bones is like, then we have to look at defensive. 4 plus 4. Before attack, for every 7 poise on self, gain attack weight. Until this skill ends, this unit cannot be staggered. Deal 2% more damage on critical hit. On the 5th hit, inflict bleed and paralyze next turn. And keep in mind, because this is used in retaliation, you can't do anything about these skill coins. Anyway, let's knock some skulls in.
저놈을 추적해!
A full blade lineage team would probably make grinding through all this nonsense so easy, but I could achieve the final we could achieve guaranteed assist attack, but I don't want to do that while I've got Ryoshu. Well, I get... What I'm saying is that I don't need it. Whoa, what are you doing? Oh shoot, I get it now. People have been getting kills, so she's losing momentum. Mind you, even if she loses the clash, she still gets assist attack off. That's pretty decent.
거치적거리지만 마. 이 작살엔 필살의 집념이 담겨있지. 보았나? 적은 이렇게 진리가졌다. 우리의 확고한 승리가 눈앞에 있다.
난자 살을 빼오나
역시 모르는 꽤 잘 갈렸고.
Why didn't I give him extra skill slots? Obviously the super powerful new mentor should be the one getting extra skill slots, right? You are going to get a few hits off, but the thing is, yeah, it's slash damage and she's not lust weak, so she'll be fine.
살을 빼오나
I don't know where all those stacks came from, I don't like it.
흉터의 결과야.
모든 걸 걷어들일 순 없었어.
Oh yeah, that's it is, that junior to claim their bones kicking in. Okay, Rodian might be in a slight bit of trouble there. She can't flip a heads coin, but she can certainly negate that hit. With the second one, that could be a stagger for her.
저놈을 추적해.
You know, nobody thought about how to claim their bones could simply just be a negative coin skill. And that's how you let it roll their tails, so you get to hit them hard with your follow-up skill next turn. Because that was actually a thing in the Lightning Library of Ruina appearance, where Bamboo Hatted Kim had a decent attack that unfortunately could lose on a clash, but it would give you a single use of a counter skill that was extremely powerful to claim their bones. It was two parts of a saying: yield my flesh to claim their bones. Oh, but because I use the support version of him, I don't get experience on this one. That's kind of unfortunate.
화점에 두지.
수금할 시간이.
망설임 없이.
검은 갈아뒀다. 가스 점화. 엔진 시동.
Something continued to nag at the back of my mind during the frequent stops and combat encounters. There was this one thing I just could not understand. This is pretty much expected from Virgilius at this point, but if he already knew where we were going and why, Would it hurt to tell us for once? I muttered to myself while looking toward the back of the bus where Yang slept. She was still out cold. Come on, Faust. I legitimately think this is something we have to talk about. Can you please relay my question to Virgilius? If you won't do it, then I will. The journey can't always be sunshine and rainbows. Some friction is necessary. You there, guide! Who just relayed my question, then began to share some of her own grievances with Virgilius. A lot of her own grievances. Are you finished? Well, you're not wrong. I did hear most of the details through the radio. And here's why I didn't tell you in advance. It's because you're the kind of people who never learn until the problem crashes through your own front door. Would you have done anything differently if you knew in advance? It'll only serve to give you an excuse to whine about it. So there it is. What now, manager? Will you refuse this mission? How could I? They're already treating us like dirt. If I refuse this, I can't imagine how much worse it will get. I'm sure you're thinking, how could I? And you'd be right. I can tell from the way he's looking at me that he already knew what I was going to say. I'm starting to wonder if he really can't hear me. I guess he's awake. You should go and ask her for directions, manager. Sharon's intuition can only take us so far. Again, this would have gone much smoother if we had been told where we were going from the start. But like always, Virgilius felt the need to add comments like that before shutting me down and turning away. He'd already closed his eyes. Allow me to explicate our present circumstances to her. Yisang got up with an awkward smile in an attempt to clear the air. After some time, Yisang seemed to have successfully explained our circumstance to Engdu. She was standing next to Charon, trying to give her proper directions. She had also told us that, as long as we assisted her with her mission, she wouldn't mind us taking the Black Stair for ourselves. Turn to the right there. They've already set up camp there. People dressed in Kurokumo clan's garbs were wandering around this building, standing guard before its entrance. I have to... Mental bamboo-hatted Kim! Delaying further will only allow the distortion to grow more powerful. We must enter the building as soon as possible. Ang Bu had already leaped out of the bus and was rushing in with her weapon drawn. We quickly followed suit. It could definitely remind me his passive. Okay, so he applies all this blade lineage stuff around by automatic, but he gets the immortality at resonance. So then, let's dance. You dare.
죄를 새겨주겠어.
이 작살엔 필살의 집념이 담겨있지.
I would just feel really good if I could bring in... I would either want to have Faust or I would want to have my own Blade Lineage Mersault, but I just don't have it. That'd be a problem. If he flips heads on both of those, then I can't do anything about it. 27 isn't that bad, and I have to remember that some of that will be negated by the shield. Oh, that's weird. I thought you were supposed to get the absolute I thought the absolute resonance was supposed to boost the strength of the shield.
거치적거리지만 마.
Oh man.
그렇게 무르진 않네.
Okay, that went better.
혈이 남자 살을 베어내고 죄를 새겨주겠어.
기세가 수그러지는군. 반격의 기회다.
6점.
Okay, can I ask you not to hit anyone this turn? Because we kind of want to give that at least some of these kills to... We need to throw out some kills to Ishmael, otherwise she's going to start throwing temper tantrums.
총원 불격.
흉터의 결과요.
저놈을 추적해. 저놈을 추적해.
꽤잘 가.
잘했군. 한 놈도 남지 않을 때까지
꽤잘 가요.
지금을 반복한다. 쉴 새는 없다.
So this is going to be fun. You might be wondering why. It's because she has the 4 Pride Resonance, so she's going to give 2 Pride Power Up and 2 Damage Up to Blade Mentor Yi Sang over there.
거치적거리지만 마.
I think that this might trigger her. Actually no, it's the clash, so it came first.
좋았나? 적은 이렇게 저놈을 추적해.
But it did give out 2 Pride bonus right before the Blade Mentor Mersault over there started hitting people with Pride skills.
이번에는 뵐 수 있겠죠?
Ryoshu did not take well to that.
총원 불격.
흉터의 결과 혈이 난자오 살을 베어내고 뼈를
I can tell why everyone here is slash weak but also dealing a frick ton of slash damage. It's because all the big name identities from the previous season were pierce heavy and slash weak, so it makes you want to use the new identities a lot. Ah, damn it! Looks like this was the last of them. Ah, the aroma of blood. Some splattered fresh, some old and growing viscous. I can already tell that there'll be a collage of different blood spatters waiting for me in there. I'm excited to see this collection for myself. This one expresses brutal thoughts with such nonchalance as one muses about their next meal. Whichever may be the case, the way is open, we must move with haste! Hangdu did not hesitate for a moment for a second before disappearing into the building's entrance. It's late at night, I'm starting to doze off. Man, I'm impressed by her energy. Wasn't she knocked out cold just a few minutes ago? It is sheer willpower that moves her. What other choice does she have when her superior is captured? Huh. From the name alone, I expected Dongjin Building to be much taller than just 6 floors. Building and all. It is a common naming convention in the back streets. I looked up toward the rooftop of the building Honglu was looking at, and suddenly grew curious. What time is it right now? Need a mirror? My head doesn't actually tell time, you know. It is 2:10 in the afternoon. 2 in the afternoon. It's not midday, but it's not supposed to be this dark, is it? How is it this gloomy and dark at 2 in the afternoon? I'm starting to lose my sense of time here. Seems particularly dark around this area we're in. Well, compared to the smoke wall days, it's still bright as a sunny day. I suppose that's true. The back streets of T-Court are well known to be in a perpetual state of murkiness. Their machines ceaselessly discharge heavy plumes of smoke which cloud the skies. That, and the constant color drainage keeps the back streets of T-Court dark and dreary. Of course, I must also inform you that the conditions have improved somewhat after this smoke war due to the various extenuating prohibitive conditions introduced by the outcome of that war that limits the production of smoke. Before the war. We have no time for idle chitter. Come now. We hurried toward Angdu's urgent cries. There were more Blade Lineage bastards left. What the? The last took them all out already. They were nothing but mewling minions. The size of their bravado ill-matched their immature skills. They foolishly decided to stand their ground instead of retreating upstairs. An electric buzz of sorts played from the radio I had stashed in my clothes. Is someone calling this radio? The sound became much clearer when I unfolded the antenna from the radio. LCD here! LCD here! Can you hear me? Acknowledge, come on! The voice coming from the other end of the radio was upbeat, to put it mildly, and very chaotic. Okay, I just have to press this button, right? Well, I'll talk, but it's not like you can hear. Ah! They actually TikTok! Alright, I called you for a reason. I'm just calling to relay a message, so don't bother responding. Yeah? We don't have much time, so let me keep it short. Remember that black stale you guys were sent to retrieve? The monolith? I'm picking up a super huge bump in the monolith signal in the area near you. That signal can force people to distort for your information. Force people to distort? We have to contain it before that seeping signal goes completely out of control, okay? Ah, what the heck is this? Oh, my bad. I've got some stuff going on over here too, you know. Anyway, I gotta keep this short, so let me just emphasize that time is of the essence here. Over and out! The call dropped off before any of us even had a chance to say anything. She's pretty lively, huh? We don't have time to sit around dumbfounded, Clockhead. Let's crack on. Everyone, I think the elevator is broken. I see that you and your fellows now also have reason to hurry. I say that we break through their lines and rise through the stairwell. What say you? We don't have a choice. Come on, let's go. I put the radio back in my pocket and began running up the stairs.
갈갈이 베어버렸어. 키보다 정신이 맑을 때가 없군.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent number of what's-its. We can say that much. Anyway, since I really don't want to go into another battle so close to the 30-minute mark, let's do something special. I actually did some shard exchanges off screen so we can do some uptime. And since I know for certain I can pull in Blade Lineage Mersault, let's go for this instead. So, gain 1 poise, gain 2 poise, gain 1 bind. On crit, inflict Red Plum Blossom. New combat passive. Passive. So, if we uptie a second time, it actually raises our base speed to 3 to 8. 8 is a pretty rare number to hit, I'll say that much. She gains her skill 3, Red Plum Blossom Scatter. Deal 3% damage for every red plum blossom on target. Clash Wind, consume half the poise count on self, then gain poise equal to the poise count consumed. So it's basically Sync Sinclair but with a slash focus instead of pierce. It gives her coin power on her skill 1, thank goodness. Although she still isn't punching through the 10 coin power mark, which is slightly unfortunate. She gains, but it becomes 6 coin power on acupuncture. So that reaches a cap of 16. And it gives her a support passive. When the ally first deployed in pre-team battle critically hits with a slash skill, inflict 1 defense level down.
오늘은 건물을 펼치기 좋은 밤입니다. 달을 머금은 칼날 끝에서 피어나는 꽃무리가 절정이죠. 꽃놀이는 어떠신지.
The world is abound with things of beauty. The scattering moonlight, the blooming red plum blossoms. Among all that is beautiful in this world, Faust considers these two the finest of all. Faust is confident that she has read nearly every book in existence. No knowledge may escape Faust's grasp. Even still, to me, nothing else comes close to these two. Regardless, I am okay. I can create new things with the strokes of my brush, put my thoughts to paper. We are to leave this home behind soon. S-Core can no longer be redeemed. The deluge of corruption pouring from the headwaters and perverting every strand of the waterways of this river cannot be stemmed. We are but scholars of the martial arts. We cannot be a levy, let alone a dam to stop that flow. Yet, there are virtuous ones who seek to purify these rivers of these putrefacients. We, or at least our mentor, felt that we must help them. It may have been his personal sense of justice. Perhaps it was his own way of providing us with the last bastion to save our homeland. I have not inquired him, for he is a man of few words. I suppose his intentions behind this action matters not when we have already failed. We could not stop the levee from leaking. The flood took us, who stood next to the levee, to defend it, and it left us no choice but to abandon our home. It was no easy decision to leave the nest behind. The Blade lineage under our mentor's guidance were all small feathers, each minor officials of their own. S-Core sent the Shunokon after the mentor. We have lost many fellows in the process, yet I must consider ourselves lucky. Though our forces have dwindled, we were allowed to convene under the same banner once again. One day, I would like to pen a letter under the moonlight again. Before my brush with death does memories of the past return to me. So I wield this blade to protect my fellows, to prepare a new home for us. Though the red plum blossoms will, with time, and lose their beauty, I shall bloom them nonetheless, so that this fleeting moment may be treasured. How long has it been since we have departed our nest? Though I write not under the moonlight, I had a brief thought to write with my brush. My fellows have diligently sought a new home for us and led us to the back streets of T-Core. Yet it was already occupied by a different syndicate. It need not be said that conflict was inevitable. Something casts its shadow over the moon. They call themselves the Haeg-Un, dark cloud. The cloud may eclipse the moon for a brief moment indeed, But when the wind blows and when time passes, the clouds will scatter like any other. And before the majesty of the moon, the cloud is as insignificant as a speck of dust. This cloud shall be cast from the skies like the splendid shower of plum blossom petals. It may be by my hands, Armentors, or another Celsus. Whoever it may be, the outcome is inevitable. The cloud shall scatter, and red plum blossoms shall bloom from our foes. As it all should be. Now, I didn't actually look at her stats, so what happens if we get you to Uptie 4? Gaining coin power at high poise, that's very nice. Gaining more coin power at high poise, also good. Granted, it looks like it'd take her some time to get her poise up. Coin power +1 for every 7 poise on self to a maximum of 3. So this one goes for more than just +1 coin power. Ooh, that makes 23. That's actually pretty nice. This skill does not consume Red Plum Blossom on crit. Meanwhile, on crit, it does inflict 5 Red Plum Blossom. If the target has 10, inflicts Slash Fragility. And also if it has 10, inflicts Slash Fragility, but all that is on crit. Redirect. For every 4 poise on self, gain final power +1 to a maximum of 5. Ooh, so that's where the passive comes to it. If the target has 10 Red Plum Blossom on crit, inflict 1 defense level down to a number of 6 times. So yeah, you have potential here, Faust. Now if only you were a decent level. Ah well, I'm going to bed. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care guys, I'll see you all around.
밤이 되니까 시끌시끌하구만. 밖에 별일 없었지? 그치? 자, 그러면은 여기 와서 앉아라. 내가 주는 술 안 마신 지 오래됐잖아.